So as the CEO of the Arts Center, I am delighted to welcome you to the biggest single announcement of our season, and that is the remarkable lineup of the third edition of the Prudential North to Shore Festival. This festival was the inspired idea of Governor Murphy and First Lady Tammy Murphy, who appreciate art for art's sake, but more importantly understand the power of arts and entertainment to drive economic development, cultural literacy, and community building. Their vision has produced the state's biggest and most comprehensive summer arts festival, a celebration loaded with world-renowned headliners and uniquely talented local heroes, a festival that will again deliver hundreds of events which reflect the excellence and diversity that our state is famous for. I am grateful to my indefatigable colleague David Rodriguez, the festival and Njpac's executive producer, for his leadership as our 24/7 commander-in-chief of this enterprise. This year, with laughs and jams, comedy and music as our focus, Prudential North to Shore will be bolder, better, and more engaging than ever. And as we dig into the big names who will perform at the festival from June 14th to 29th, keep in mind that Prudential North to Shore not only entertains and enlightens, it also gives back. In its first 2 years, the festival brought in more than $25 million in ticket sales, has benefited growing healthy pantries to address food insecurity throughout the state. We've entertained more than 500,000 fans at 650 concerts and events at 250 venues spread out between Newark, Asbury Park, and Atlantic City. And North to Shore's Community Arts Grant Awards have given artists and entertainers from our host cities the chance to perform for thousands of new fans in beloved venues throughout each of their hometowns. Over the past 2 years, more than $715,000 has been granted to 198 artists and producers, resulting in over 400 special programs reaching 190,000 attendees. That's pretty good. That tradition will continue this season, where we'll grant almost $400,000 to 42 Jersey creators and producers for events across Newark, Asbury, and Atlantic City. I encourage you all to visit northtoshore.com to learn more about these remarkable creatives. I am grateful to City Medina of Newark, Carrie Turner, Carrie Turner and Leisha Floyd of Asbury Park, and Michael Cagno of Atlantic City. These terrific folks are the leaders of our local community advisory groups. And know that nothing this big happens without a coalition of the willing, our sponsors and supporters. And first, from the front office, thanks to the Governor's Deputy Chief of Staff for Economic Growth, Eric Brophy, for always being no more than a text or phone call away when we need an answer on something, anything, urgently. Thank you, Eric. We are extremely grateful to the EDA under Tim Sullivan's clear-eyed and creative leadership. Yes? He hates this stuff. He just really hates to be called out. Yeah, I got more, yeah, no problem. He has been our true north, the agency has been our true north as lead funder and thought partner. Tim's colleague, Newark's own Ty Cooper, the agency's chief community development partner, has been invested in North to Shore's success since day one. She is also, I am told, the mother of one of the world's cutest toddlers. And if you don't believe me, I believe she has the pictures. So, happy to share that. Barbara Bickert is here too. Thank you, Barbara, the arts liaison for EDA. You are comfort in hard times, so thank you. Prudential Financial is celebrating its 150th birthday this year, and we are proud that they've chosen for the second year in a row to be our indivisible title sponsor. Thanks to Pru CEO Charlie Lowry, who also doubles as Njpac's board chair, and Latha Reddy, the company's senior vice president, Inclusive Solutions, for their friendship and for our seamless collaboration. Wait, there's more. I want to thank the NJM Insurance Group. Thank you especially to Cam Mayo, who is here, and who knows more about music than almost anybody at the Art Center. Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey is in the house. Gary St. Hilaire, the company's CEO and an Njpac board member as well, is here this morning, I believe, along with our partner John Pearson, Horizon's Director of Corporate Social Responsibility and Executive Director of the Horizon Foundation. RWJ Barnabas Health, our colleagues who save lives and enhance the quality of lives every day, are back again. Thanks to Justin Edelman, RWJB's SVP of Corporate Responsibility, for being a grade A colleague who cares deeply about the communities we serve. And I think all of us in New Jersey are delighted that Senator George Helmy is a part of the RWJB family at these challenged times, and also want to welcome Indu Liu from RWJ here this morning. 3 chairs for United Airlines and our compatriots Stephen Bunkowitz and Khaled Shebly. We are honored to have you in the North to Shore family again this weekend, and we would be talking to ourselves if it weren't for the ongoing support of NJ.com and its community-engaged General Manager, Ronnie Agnew, who's here. Thank you, Ronnie. And the pros at New Jersey Travel and Tourism and Outfront Media, the outdoor advertising giant. Thanks to Allied Beverages and its VP of Marketing and Business Development, Mike Herman, for their renewed support this year. And, of course, a huge thank you to our presenting partners for helping us put together this year's lineup. Great thanks go to Tom Hall and Montclair Film, Chris Femiano, who's here, at Madison Marquette, Ken Gifford and the Newark International Film Festival, Shelby Joyner of SJ Presents, Kristen Orlando of the New Jersey Symphony, Stacy George of Live Nation, and Talia Young from Symphony Hall, our neighbor down the street. And as we share what's on tap this June in Asbury Park in Newark, please know that we'll be producing a special announcement event all about North to Shore Atlantic City on June 13th. On that day, we'll share plans for a year's worth of community engagement and arts education activities throughout Atlantic City, kicking off with a major concert at Boardwalk Hall on Saturday, June 14th. Atlantic City's arts community is flourishing and deserving of wider recognition. We believe that a predictable North to Shore presence there all season will turn up the volume on their enormous inventiveness. Okay, thank you for your patience. You've been so kind to me, my goodness. But it is time for Speaker One. The best arts governor since Tom Kaine had that wacky idea to build a world-class performing arts center in Newark almost 40 years ago. That is Governor Phil Murphy. He comes by his showbiz bona fides honestly. As an undergraduate at Harvard a few seasons back, he not only performed in, but was president of the college's legendary Hasty Pudding Theatricals. You all know about that, right? Over the past 7 years, he has led us with courage and conviction and confidence, and now, as the headwinds from D.C. swirl around us, we are grateful every day that he's steering our ship of state. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the governor.
Love you, buddy. I love you, John, but you have no cards. Oh, excuse me, that's a different speech. Jeez. I don't know what came over me. I just said to Charlie Lowry that I learned how to tap dance at the Hasty Pudding Theatricals, and that turns out to have helped me later in life. Just making sure you're all paying attention out there. John, to you and Dave and the entire team at Njpac, you are an existential partner, not just for North to Shore, but for day in and day out in Newark and across New Jersey. I don't know if you've seen the construction going on right outside. This will transform Newark, New Jersey. No one knows that more than its great mayor, Baraka, but this is a city with an enormous amount of momentum, and Njpac is right in the middle of that. Let's hear it one more time for our great hosts. Love you, buddy. Incredibly honored to be here. Charlie Lowry representing Team Prudential. I had the great honor, thanks to Charlie's invitation, to join him at the New York Stock Exchange a couple of weeks ago, where we officially celebrated Prudential's 150th birthday. It looks remarkably well for 150 years. It's a great organization. Charlie, you've done a great job, and I know as you hand the reins over to Andy Sullivan over the next number of weeks and months, there'll be a seamless transition, and you've been a rock star, including as chair of Njpac. So to Prudential and to all the other extraordinary sponsors, I won't repeat John's acknowledgement of each one of you, but it takes a village, and we are incredibly thankful to each and every one of you. I mentioned Mayor Ras J. Baraka. I want to again give Mayor Baraka, Mayor John Moor of Asbury Park, and Mayor Marty Small in absentia from Atlantic City for being 3 extraordinary hosts for 3 years in a row now for this festival. Let's hear it for our great mayors. Thank you, men. And as John said, one of the hallmarks of this festival is that it gives back. So to Elizabeth McCarthy from the Food Bank of New Jersey, to all the other folks out there who deal with food insecurity and pushing back every day. By the way, something, if we're going the way we're going, is going to get a lot worse before it gets better. So this is not just a passing, let's check the box. This is now going to be existentially important in our society. So thanks to each and every one of you. Elizabeth, we're going to hear from you, I know, in a few minutes. I just wanted to say, really, other than thanks to everybody here, and Karen Kessler's done a great job pulling out. This is the biggest crowd we've had by far at the kickoff of this great festival, and I want to thank her and her team. So I think most of you know this. I just want to say 2 things. About 4 years ago, Tim Sullivan, Eric Brophy were there as part of this. Ty, I think you were there as well. Tammy and I sort of literally woke up in the middle of the night and said, wait a minute, South by Southwest is an iconic, great festival in Austin and environs. It's been going on for decades. We said to ourselves, you know what, there's no reason, given that we are the talent state, and by the way, we have a whole lot more diversity in New Jersey than they have at South by Southwest or in Texas. And by the way, I don't want to get political, I'm on our side of history as it relates to values and what we stand for. Not just diversity, but values more broadly. So we said, you know, why the heck can't we do something akin to that in our own Jersey way right here in the Great Garden State? And that was the seed of the early thoughts to do this up and down the state, not just in one community. This will be the 3rd year in a row with Newark, Asbury Park, and Atlantic City. And to showcase our extraordinary talent from the big names that fill the Rock down the street to the very much neighborhood talent and artisans who make our communities and our state so special. And that's where it all started, and we realized immediately we had to find professionals who do this for a living as opposed to a couple of amateurs like ourselves. John Schriber, Dave Rodriguez stepped into the void. Sponsors like Prudential and many of you out there. Our EDA has put serious amount of skin in the game, as they say, and the rest is history. Incredibly proud. And by the way, if you're wondering about talent from New Jersey, I hope you watch the Academy Awards. Sean Baker is from Summit, New Jersey. He took down 4 Academy Awards on Sunday night. He's only the 2nd person ever in the history of the Oscars to take down 4 in one night. The other was Walt Disney. True story. Tammy and I have seen Honora. I can promise you that will not be showing on the Disney Channel. But Zoe Saldana is from Newark, I believe. Mayor, I believe, originally. Passaic, sorry. She wanted to be from Newark. Rachel Ziegler was there, didn't get an award, but she's from Passaic County as well. There's just the list goes on and on and on. So we are talent heavy. We're proud to show it off. The second and final thing I want to say is this cannot be about us. Charlie and I were just making this. This can't be Charlie Lowry, Tammy Murphy, Phil Murphy. We want to see this thing go on for decades. So the other cool part about this today is that there's an institutional presence. That Newark is here, Asbury Park is here, Atlantic City and Spirit. The institutions that support this organization are here in size. My plea would be, as successful as this is, let's keep this thing going. God bless you all, and thank you.
Okay, you heard it here first, folks. There he is. there'll be more, God willing, right? Tammy Murphy is the most accomplished New Jersey First Lady in modern times. She's spearheaded efforts to address maternal and infant health. She made sure that New Jersey became the first state in the nation to incorporate climate change education across K-12 learning standards. She partnered with the EDA to increase investment in women-owned businesses, and she launched a multi-million-dollar program to improve child care facilities in underserved communities. She is a tireless, committed, and hugely effective public servant. Please join me in greeting and thanking First Lady Tammy Murphy.
Well, there's not a heck of a lot left to say, so I'm going to be pretty brief. I want to reiterate my thanks to Njpac, to Karen Kessler, to Prudential, of course, for everything that they do, to our incredible mayors, to John Moor and to Baraka, as well as Marty Small. Elizabeth, thrilled, if you don't know this already, that a portion of every ticket that is sold is going to go toward helping those who really need it. So I thank you all for being here. To all of the organizations who are here and supporting and the institutions, I completely agree with Phil. At least 3 people who are on this stage are not going to be on this stage next year. So I want to just say it's really over to the rest of you to figure out how we can keep this thing going, because it's not just about the artists who get to, you know, headline and promote themselves. It's about the communities. It's about the small businesses, and it's about promoting our incredible state, which I know we all love. I know Phil talked about 4 years ago today. I'm going to talk about 5 years ago today. 5 years ago today, we had our first case of COVID in New Jersey. 5 years ago today, my awesome, incredible husband went under the knife for cancer surgery. You know, all of us have come together in so many ways over the past number of years. It's been hard, for sure. I think back to the New Jersey Pandemic Relief Fund and all of the artists who joined together to help bring a little bit of sunshine into the homes of those people we could help across New Jersey. So arts have played a role in our lives forever. They must now, in this really challenging time for us all. We've got to look to the arts because we need creativity, we need ways to communicate, and we need ways to make sure that everyone feels included. So I thank you all for being here. I thank you for being part of this incredible initiative from Atlantic City to Asbury to Newark. And let's keep it going, and I look forward to seeing all of you at the festival. Thanks, everybody.
I am happy to introduce the Chairman and CEO of Prudential Financial, Charlie Lowry. Charlie's great-grandfather worked in a factory near Pru's current headquarters over 100 years ago, and the company he leads has been Newark's Rock of Gibraltar for 150 years now. And as the Arts Center's board chair, he leads us with empathy and ingenuity and compassion. For a guy who manages $1.5 trillion in assets and 40,000 employees worldwide, Charlie leads, if you'll forgive me a jazz analogy, with the cool of Miles Davis and the intensity of John Coltrane. Now, he doesn't play as well as them, but that's another story. Please welcome my boss and my friend, Charlie Lowry.
Yeah.
I am so honored as the third person who will not be here next year this 50th. So, thank you, John. By the way, is it cool to be on the stage and looking that way?
Yeah.
At what this is what the artists see. I love being on this stage. So Prudential is absolutely thrilled to return as the title sponsor of the North Shore Festival and help bring this extraordinary event both to Newark and to the great state of New Jersey. So first, let me thank the governor and the First Lady for conceiving of this idea. I mean, it's an amazing idea when you think about it, that celebrates New Jersey's talent and creativity and just the spirit of New Jersey, and for partnering with both Njpac and with Prudential to bring this to life. I'm looking forward to hearing from both our wonderful mayors here, Mayor Baraka and Mayor Moor, to reveal this year's headliners. That's going to be pretty cool. So thank you both for your partnership as we go forward. Now, this year's festival, as the governor said, coincides with Prudential's 150th, which is really a momentous moment for us. And since our founding in 1875, just a few blocks from this spot, Prudential has helped millions of people build financial security. And when you think about it, the North to Shore Festival, like Prudential's work, begins in our local communities all around New Jersey, especially in our hometown of Newark, where we welcome North to Shore's economic impact on the city and the real boost to the arts community that is here. It's an extraordinary example of how strategic investments and community engagement can cultivate talent, can cultivate entrepreneurship and creativity in the spirit of the great state of New Jersey. So I am so excited that we are gathered here today as we reveal the remarkable artists for the festival and the musicians that will kick off the summertime festival here in New Jersey. I know that this year's lineup will offer an unforgettable experience for festival goers and for New Jersey. So I hope you will all join in the festival this summer. And with that, let me turn it back to John. But thank you, John, very much.
Well done. So as you all heard from the First Lady, Prudential North to Shore is partnering with Growing Healthy Pantries. We're grateful to John Pearson and our friends at Horizon for making that match between the festival and this work. And that's to help serve the thousands and thousands of New Jersey residents who experience food insecurity every day. Food insecurity, of course, is the dirty little secret of our society, and most people don't know that our community members are suffering from a lack of food. Thousands of our residents experience this always, every day. The indispensable nonprofit that leads this work in our state is the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. To tell us more about this unique partnership, it's an honor to introduce the organization's president and CEO, Elizabeth McCarthy. Hi, Elizabeth.
Thank you, John, and Njpac. We're actually celebrating our 50th anniversary on this very stage in June, so looking forward to that. Really want to thank Governor and First Lady Murphy for keeping food insecurity and health issues at the top of the agenda throughout their tenure. Not many people do that in the way that New Jersey does, so we're incredibly appreciative. I'm speaking today on behalf of Community Food Bank, but also my colleagues, Fred Wozniak from Food Bank of South Jersey, Mark Valley, Norwest Cap, James Allen, Mercer Street Friends, and Triada Stampus at Fulfill. Together, we serve the entire state of New Jersey. Collectively, we serve over 1 million New Jerseyans each month who are food insecure, and that is a number that, frankly, with all the changes on the federal level, we expect to go up, not down, in the coming months. But the foresight of Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield in helping us with this partnership really ensures that not only will we be there to serve New Jerseyans and give them food, but make sure that we're really addressing the health issues that go with poor nutrition, that go with food insecurity. So Growing Healthy Pantries is designed to help our pantries be able to be a place that serves culturally relevant food, healthy food. It's a food is medicine model, so people with diabetes or heart disease or high blood pressure come there and get the foods that will actually help them be productive and healthy and have better lives, and especially children. Really making sure that children are getting the proper nutrition that's so needed for their brain development. So thank you to Horizon for that partnership, and really to North to Shore. This is amazing. I mean, just first of all, of course, the funds help, but also just the recognition and sort of really highlighting the issue and making sure that people do know that the person, living next door to you might be struggling with food insecurity and you don't even really realize it. So we're incredibly appreciative. We're looking forward to the festival. I saw the bleachers last year in Asbury Park. It was awesome. So really appreciate everything that all of you have done for us. Thank you.
Thanks, Elizabeth, and thank you for the amazing work you do every day. Two great mayors are here to provide the North to Shore headliner sizzle this morning, but before they do, here are a few of my favorite highlights for North to Shore 25. One, we are really proud to partner with LL Cool J and SJ Presents to promote and produce this year's Rock the Bells Festival, as well as a second partnership with Hot 97 to produce the Summer Jam Festival, the largest hip-hop music and culture celebration in America, right? Both of these events will occur at the Great Prudential Arena, and I really consider these great New Jersey gets, so congratulations to David and Evan White for making that happen with Shelby. On Njpac's newly re-architected Chambers Plaza. It looks like a big mess out there right now, but I promise you, by May, it'll look gorgeous, right? We'll offer 3 days of free programs with performances by Big Daddy Kane, Lettuce, and a dance party hosted by WBGO Rhythm Review DJ Felix Hernandez with Newark artists as well. Some big names making their festival debuts this year include Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, Jon Stewart, John Mulaney, and Pete Davidson, Stone Temple Pilots, and the String Cheese Incident. And you'll also be able to enjoy artists like George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic, Vernon Reid and In Living Color, Bleachers, John Cafferty, and the Beaver Brown Band, to name a few. Diverse performers like the Mexican singer-songwriter Natalia Lafourcade, winner of Grammy Awards, will be with us, as will Bassem Youssef, the Egyptian comic known as the Jon Stewart of the Arab world. Here's a very short video. All of us at Njpac are big Asbury Park fans. One reason for that is that the city is blessed with John Moor, its great mayor since 2014. And I have learned that a great mayor can transform a community, and that's just what Mayor Moore is up to. Whether it is educating young residents about local government and promoting civic engagement through the Mayor's Youth Council, leading the city's Community Development Initiative, or promoting health and wellness programs for all residents, Mayor Moore personifies the special spirit that makes Asbury Park the jewel that it is. And here to tell you more about North to Shore and Asbury, Mayor John Moore.
After that introduction, I think I should just sit down. It can't get any better. So thank you, John. It's a pleasure to be back on stage with the Prudential North to Shore team. I want to thank the Governor and First Lady Tammy, Mayor Baraka, Elizabeth McCarthy, John Schriber and Jenny Wasserman of the Njpac, and Charlie Lowry of the Prudential Financial. Asbury Park is once again proud to share the spotlight with the other cities featured in this festival. We're comparatively small in size and population, but our rich history, diversity, and spirit of creativity help us remain a top destination for arts and entertainment. I want to quickly recognize the Asbury Park Committee that assisted with the reviewing the community arts grants. The team included Eileen Chapman, who's a councilwoman, Lisa Floyd and Cassandra Dickerson, who really run the city of Asbury Park, Kathleen Melgar, Chris Famiano, Russell Lewis, Jen Hampton, and Carrie Turney. And also with us today is Councilwoman Yvonne Clayton and Jen Souter, who started the Asbury Park AMP. If everybody knows the history of Asbury Park, Springwood Avenue was a major music venue from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Then in 1970, there was civil unrest. And unfortunately, all these music venues were burned down, knocked down, whatever, except one, the Turf Club, where Yvonne, this is a building, it was just the bricks, 4 walls, no roof, no anything. Yvonne and Jen have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars, and this venue should be back online very soon, so I give them all the credit in the world. Asbury Park's part of Prudential North to Shore will, of course, include music. Return again after an incredibly successful event last year. We will have the Jack Antoff's Band, Bleachers, the Stone Pony, summer stage with many special guests you won't want to miss. We also have Streetlight Manifestos, one of my favorite bands, Slightly Stupid, because some of my friends and some of my opponents say, hey, Moore, that band's named after you. Well, then I think I should get a percentage every time they play. Lawrence with Alan Stone, the Smithereens, Crumb Cracker, Steel Pulse, and so many others. There will also be a fantastic lineup of events put on by our community arts committees. These grantees include the voices of many who live, create, and celebrate in Asbury Park, from our historic African-American West Side to the proud LGBTQ community. We will be hosting music and dance events, plays and production art, and family-friendly things like the Juneteenth celebration in Springwood Avenue Park. We're also pleased that the popular Asbury Park Underground and Art Council will be back for the 2nd year, and this really helps everybody in the Central Business District, and it's a great event. So I invite all of you to enjoy us this summer and to experience what makes Asbury Park such a special part of New Jersey, and with that, I'm happy to turn it back to John. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. So batting cleanup today is the man that the New Yorker magazine calls a reasonable radical, and I call a practical progressive. Mayor Baraka's leadership has been transformative for our city of Newark in so many ways. During his time in office, violent crime is down 60%. Our public schools have been returned to local control. Homelessness has been reduced by 57%. Immunizations for our city's children have increased by 143%, and there's so much more. He is also a poet who shares his passion for the arts with our young people every day. His presence inspires them, and it inspires us. Please welcome, folks, Mayor Baraka.
Thank you. So obviously want to thank the governor and the first lady, who without them, none of us would be in here today, that's for sure. Their vision to make this happen is going to last well beyond them being here. Again, this is an incredible opportunity for all of us here, especially in a time when I think that art and love are probably more important now than they've ever been. The universality of it all, the diversity of it all is more important than anything that we're experiencing. I want to thank John Schriber, to me, who is the priest here in our city of all the art and things that are happening around here. Obviously, Charlie Lowry of Prudential, thank you as well. My colleague, Mayor Moor, thank you for being here. In absentia, Mayor Marty Smalls in Atlantic City as well, for the work that he's doing to anchor this festival. You know, I don't think I have any cards either, Governor. I might have some dice, though. I don't have any cards, that's for sure. This is incredibly important, especially to me in a time when people think our society can be measured by how high the wealthy can climb. I tend to think that it should be measured by how stable the floor is for everybody else and how funky our festivals can be at the same time. So in Newark, we have a huge lineup, and I'm excited about some of the folks that are here. In terms of comedy, we have Tina Fey that'll be here, Amy Poehler, John Mulaney, Jon Stewart here with us in Newark, Pete Davidson, Joey Diaz, Basim Youssef, Nicole Byer, Kumani Nanjiani, and more. And also musical performances, Charlie Puth, Third Eye Blind, Stone Temple Pilots, and Parlor Mob, Josh Johnson and Natalia Lafourcade, and Summer Jam, Rock the Bells, that he talked about in Newark. Been waiting and debating for oh so long. Keep your eyes peeled. Those lineups are going to be incredible. And those headliners will be joined by some of our incredibly talented local artists who share their gifts with Newark day in and day out. So excited about that. If music or comedy isn't your thing, we'll have free outdoor pop concerts with New Jersey Symphony, a week-long Newark Film Festival featuring Michael B. Jordan. And important, Michael B. Jordan, Newark, New Jersey, who wasn't too good at basketball, so became a poet. An actor, an important panel discussion on food insecurity, and so much more. That's just a taste of what's to come in Newark this summer. And if I can't wait to see all of you in Brick City this June, and I'm very much looking forward to all of the acts we have lined up. And make sure you continue to follow the festival for more exciting news. Thank you, and back to you, John.
Okay, thank you all. That's actually it. You know, you all deserve a prize, for goodness sakes. Thank you all for being here this morning, especially the great leaders on this stage. I want to thank the Njpac team who've been working since last July to get us to today. And they include Katie Sword, Evan White, Val Blau, Jenny Wasserman, Aisha Marable, Gail Bauer, Amy Fitzpatrick, Sherry Ann Butterfield, Angela Thomas, and of course our friends at Kessler, Karen Kessler, Brian McDonough, and Allison McGeever. Prudential North to Shore tickets go on sale this Friday, March 7th. I encourage you to buy early and often. Take good care, everybody. Thanks for being here. Okay. as our 24/7 commander-in-chief of this enterprise. This year, with laughs and jams, comedy and music as our focus, Prudential.
This can't be Charlie Lowry, Tammy Murphy, Phil Murphy. We want to see this thing go on for decades. So the other cool part about this today is that there's an institutional presence. That Newark is here, Asbury Park is here, Atlantic City and Spirit. The institutions that support this organization are here in size. My plea would be, as successful as this is, let's keep this thing going. God bless you all. Thank you.
Okay, you're ready to hear.
Thank you very much.
Mayor. So batting cleanup today is demand that the New Yorker magazine calls a reasonable radical, and I call a practical progressive. Mayor Ras J. Baraka's leadership has been transformative for our city of Newark in so many ways. During his time in office, violent crime is down 60%. Our public schools have been returned to local control. Homelessness has been reduced by 57%. Immunizations for our city's children have increased by 143%, and there's so much more. He is also a poet who shares his passion for the arts with our young people every day. His presence inspires them, and it inspires us. Please welcome, folks, Mayor Ras J. Baraka.
Thank you. So obviously want to thank the governor and the first lady, who without them, none of us would be here today, that's for sure. Their vision to make this happen, it's going to last well beyond them being here. Again, this is an incredible opportunity for all of us